Ladies and gentlemen, to the Speed Chess Championship presented by Coinbase, we have yet another epic match waiting for us today. Today's match is going to be Nihal Sarin against Richard Rapport, and both of them had to win very difficult first-round matches. Nihal beat Grishuk, and Rapport beat Alexei Sarana in one of the closest SEC matches. My favorite things about watching Nihal is just his ability to not only to punish mistakes. I mean, a lot of grandmasters have that ability, but also to seize these opportunities that seem imperceptible. Like even here, it seemed like White's king is perfectly safe, but now he's already positioned a knight on c4, and now White can't really sleep peacefully. Goes rook h8, queen c2. So we have a little bit of a maneuvering stage here. I think if Nihal goes b6 and then runs the king to b5. No, apparently that was a mistake. Oh, Rapport is 1 second. He gave the wrong check. He's gonna flag. Oh, my lands in the first game goes to Nihal. Nihal is trying to break the brick on e4 and open up the f file. And in the event of e takes f5, bishop takes f5, something of that nature. Whoa!
Yeah, queen takes f2. I'm amazed Rapport missed it, and so is he. Look at him shaking his head. That was such a simple tactic, and he just missed it. That's precisely the kind of thing he cannot afford against a very, very tricky Nihal Sarin. And yeah, he's just still shell-shocked in his video feed, just looking at the position and shaking his head. That was just a free pawn for the Indian, and now the bishop has much more of an open board to move around in. Bishops love when pawns are not in the way to block their threats. And right now, it's Nihal with the extra pawn and with that superior minor piece.
Oh, actually, I think you does win the exchange.
I think you have to.
It still doesn't look all that great. I mean, White could take on e4, and whenever you have to give up that fianchettoed bishop, your king obviously faces long-term problems. There's rook g1 hanging in the air.
It's too much. It's too much. What a strategy by Nihal. He just took every pawn he was offered, and then he defends his king. Now, Rapport, desperately trying to prove that, you know, he has some compensation for all the pawns he's given away. He's giving away a third pawn. And yes, he may be able to capture the rook, but as you demonstrated, Danya, how much worse are the bishops than the rook in this position? I would say not the slightest. I would say White's bishops are tremendously placed. If you look at Black's rook in the corner, you will see that that thing is doing nothing compared to the White bishops in the middle. And so he's down 3 pawns.
And look at the time.
For no good reason.
He's down 3 minutes and 3 pawns. That's not that's not very good.
Rapport is hanging in there, and he's showing that he's here to win this match. And it was only Nihal's very creative and greedy play here that gave him the lead.
In any case, I still like what Nihal has done in the last 5-6 moves. He's limited the damage, right? When you blunder in the opening like that, it's so easy to just collapse. But we know from the chess.com insights that Nihal doesn't lose that many games out of the opening. Even when he makes a serious mistake, he finds a way to get it into some playable middle game. Now he's gotten the rook to g6. I feel like Rapport's advantage is evaporating just a little bit here, Hammer. I don't know, knight f4?
A little bit. Yeah, the white pawn is so far up the board. It's much further along than its black counterpart.
Right,
it feels as though White should be the one pushing somehow, but no, he doesn't get a hold of the black pawn without losing his own white pawn. And now they're just moving back and forth to make a repetition. A disappointing result for Rapport. And you see how he shakes his head. He knew he had that one. He should have won it. And he lets a good chance go begging.
I think he's ultimately maybe aiming at this d6 square. Bishop h6. Both sides unfianchettoing their dark squared bishops.
But making good threats with them. And look at the evaluation bar right now. I don't even know what's going on.
I think it might have something to do, Hammer, with the A file. I feel like White's got so many vulnerable pieces on that file Nihal just underestimated queen a7 followed by rook a8. He might lose a piece here. I mean, knight b2 and even just bishop takes d2 and then rook a8, and you're just not going to be able to defend this bishop because the queen is undefended. And I guess we have our answer as to whose strategy has prevailed.
A shocker for Nihal. This could be the second win with the black pieces for Richard Rapport. What is going on in this match? Why are they winning with the black pieces?
Okay, 95.
I mean, there's no chance Nihal survives this, right?
Not this. I mean, I never say never with Nihal.
Because you were talking about some miracles in his previous match against Grischuk.
I think Hess and I were commentating that one, and there were games where we were saying the same thing. I mean, there's just no way he survives this. He's getting mated and he's down a piece. But the things that he found in time scrambles are beyond insane.
And now both players have 11 seconds left. I mean, Rapport might even lose this game. Never mind the fact that he gave away his win. In a scramble, 8 seconds versus 8 seconds, you're gonna put your money into the Nihal Sarin fund.
Yeah, well, because first of all, the d4 pawn is now weak. The rook is tied down. White is not worse here. I would take white. Bishop d5, bishop e4. Now, it's possible Nihal just says, I'm taking the draw.
No. That is a mistake. Wow, that is a mistake. Nihal was unable to kind of adjust to the new circumstances. Imagine the psychological blow it would have been for Rapport if he were not only to draw the game where he obviously should have been winning. If he had lost it, that would have been a match-winning tilt. So black is going for the win now.
Move!
Yeah, but then now back and forth. And look at the pawn running in the middle. He should push d6.
D6. King f6.
Now white is going for the win.
King e7, but white can
Knight
still lose.
f7?
Knight f7. Which pawn does he take?
The middle one.
Bishop. No, but now bishop takes. You can't play bishop c4, but you can play king e6.
Knight
oh my
d2?
goodness. No, but black is winning. Black is just up a pawn. What was bishop a2?
The bishop is trapped.
He should have done bishop c2. Can he go e4?
I think he had 0.6 seconds there at some point.
Oh my goodness. What a crazy time scramble, but it fizzles out peacefully. And there it is. He takes the pawn first, and then he's just going to circle back to e4 and take the rook. And this happened in the match with Grischuk. Nihal gets on these rolls, and I mean, he plays with such energy. It just feels like it was an equal position, and 5 moves later, Rapport's position was collapsing. But wait, is knight takes d1 just...
What is going on? What is going on?
Knight e7 and bishop d1. Because here I thought white loses a piece, but no, bishop takes d1. Oh, and then bishop b5. Oh, and bishop g4 check. Queen, okay, Richard says, forget about all of that. I'm going queen g5. White's got a lot more hanging pieces than black. That's all I know about the position.
How many pieces are hanging right now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But white's completely losing.
What about the rook on f1?
Oh, 6? Oh my god. That's crazy. But here's the thing. The queen is hanging, right? That's the first priority threat. If white plays f takes e3, I think after bishop takes g4, black wins a piece because the queen is attacked from 2 different directions and you're going to lose the knight. And I don't think there's anything else that white can even do here. And
he's winning the knight.
He's going to win this game. Oh my god.
Incredible stuff.
This is insane.
There's just nothing working out for Rapport right now.
But I'm saying that because Hess and I were losing our minds when this was happening with Grischuk, and it's happening again. It's crazy how he does this.
The knight is lost. White is up 2 pawns, and the position where we were basically saying it's game over. I
think Rapport was thinking the same thing, and then after this move, knight c6 check. White literally has only 2 pieces left, and somehow those 2 pieces are able to generate a massive amount of counterplay. The game is over. He's gonna win. Unbelievable.
And Nihal did this with just less than 10 seconds on the clock.
That is special. That is just special. I mean, Nihal might have to go b4 and try to give up a pawn, but then rook takes b4. Ugh. Oh, queen b6 is a nice move, just defending everything. Actually, I think, yeah.
I can't shake the feeling that this just feels so good for Richard.
But isn't there knight takes d4?
I did not see that. You should never expect me to see stuff like that. That is nasty. Look at Richard's face. He did not see that either. And he's giving up his queen. He's giving up his queen.
I don't know about that decision. I mean, he is banking on his incredibly strong, admittedly incredibly strong knight on d4, and then he can put a rook on b4. I see why he did this, but man, what a turnaround within the span of like 2 moves. If he loses this game, that's going to be absolutely devastating.
That was some. I now understand why Danya is such a 1-minute demon. That was just incredible stuff. Yeah, I think it's not necessary at this point, right?
No, and yeah, you don't want to do that stuff in a match, right? You're not going for the brilliant surprise. You're going for wins.
But Nihal showed some incredible tactics there.
But first, let's see if you can convert this very clear advantage. Just bishop c1 comes to mind. Is there something he doesn't like about that? Maybe f. Oh, he can just take the pawn. I don't know about that one though. f5 knight g3. Wow. That's a cool idea.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say he doesn't convert.
Okay.
Because that has been the story of the day, hasn't it?
It has, but at the same time, I feel like here specifically, I mean, he's already up 2 pawns. I'm not seeing where Nihal's counterplay is coming from just yet. But
I'm pretty sure I heard that comment previously in the match as well.
Oh, yeah. I've said that when playing Nihal many times. Like, okay, now I'm safe. No more counterplay. The game is over.
This is the seventh. This is the 7th time Rapport has a winning position. In addition to the games he actually did win. And during the previous 6, we've said every single time he's going to win this, and this is looking really good, and he's playing well. And then time gets low. Nihal gets his trickery hat on, and just stuff happens. And you fail to
already
convert.
happening. It's already happening. I mean, knight g3 was a very strange move to play without necessity. It seems like Rapport's pieces are a little bit loosey-goosey here. Queen f6, knight h5, queen f5. Oh, knight a5! Knight a5 wins the queen! Oh my god! You called it! Oh my god!
I didn't want to be right.
Knight h5, queen e7. This is ridiculous. I mean, he's just completely got into Rapport's head. I mean, he was winning, and then 4 moves later, he's losing his queen.
I feel for Rapport.
Rook takes c4.
I mean, oh my gosh. But he's going to get the draw, and with a 5-point lead, and already 10 minutes shaved off the clock, that just means that he's in complete control. Yeah, and I really like your point about, he's fast and he's accurate, but he's not rushing. And you're seeing this now again. He's so used to this time format because he's been playing 4 or 5 of these matches in the Junior Speed Chess Championship, which he won to qualify here. So he is the best prepared player for this year's Speed Chess Championship because he already went through 4 of these matches in the junior version. And he just knows precisely what the right timing of moves are, and then he also has the ability to play the right moves in addition to timing it correctly.
Yeah, I mean, given his JSCC, he's one of the youngest, but also one of the most experienced players in this format, and experience is crucial. Also, experience playing with an increment, because when Nihal and I are playing degenerate bullet, it's at 3 a.m. my time, it's usually 30-second chess. Here you have this 1-second increment, and I say this every SEC matchup, but it totally changes the way that you have to play. It's okay to drop down to 2 or 3 seconds on the clock, but you have to know how to handle that. You have to know how to make 2 or 3 moves in a row, and you have to be sure that you're going to be able to solve whatever problems come your way, when you've got 2 seconds. And to be able to be in control, given that, that's bullet mastery at its finest. Absolutely. Which is why I think Richard got his king closer, and we will see repetition.
Why isn't black pushing the pawn though?
Well, I guess king c.
So
I just think he knew the match was over, so he just.
Time's up.
Yeah, time's up in the match on the match clock, and our final score 18-9. Nihal exactly doubles Richard Rapport's score. A lot of it, of course, due to the bullet. He had a 4-point lead going into the bullet, and he added another 5 points on top of that. Yet another dominating performance by Nihal Sarin. Hammer, that was just superb, and the confidence, the control, the resilience, all of that put together makes him an incredibly fearsome opponent. Nihal, I'll start with you. Congratulations on another incredible performance. Can you share your overall thoughts about the match? And in particular, really for the second match, you did something similar against Grishuk. So many lost positions that we thought were hopeless that you somehow managed to pull off. Did you feel like that was a big reason why the match went in your favor?
Yes, I think so. Like, there was a game where I was just down a full piece, and then I later managed to. I got lucky later, so I managed to not lose some very bad positions. So I think that was really.
And similarly, Richard, what went wrong? Why were you unable to convert on those chances you had?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it was pretty similar against Alexei. Obviously, against him, I mean, he was not as well as converting his chances as Nihal. So, when you have so many chances and you convert like almost zero of them, I feel like you deserve to get crushed, which I had today. So it's all deserved, I think.